Welcome to Bright Champs. Today, 29 July 2020 is International Tiger Day. International Tiger Day was established in 2010 at St. Petersburg Tiger Summit in Russia to raise awareness for tiger conservation. On this special day, I am really happy to welcome Mr.Shivakumar Natrajan, a renowned wildlife photographer who traveled extensively across India and has won many awards and recognitions in photography. Hello, sir. Welcome to Bright Champs. Firstly, thank you for sharing your valuable time for this interview.
Thank you, Darshan. Thank you so much. And it's my pleasure to be here.
In this interview, I will request you to share about yourself, your experience as a wildlife photographer, and some interesting stuff about tigers. Shall we start?
Yes, of course.
Can you tell us about yourself and your profession, please?
Yeah. I completed my bachelor degree in commerce. Post that, I did my MBA. And soon after that, I joined banking industry. I served in banking industry for 20 years. Now I'm working in a financial institution as a chief executive officer. So this is my profession. And I also do photography along with my profession.
Wow, from banking to photography, what motivated you to become a wildlife photographer?
See, Darshan, since my childhood, I was more inclined towards nature and enjoying the beauty of the nature. I started doing trekking and rock climbing, all those things from my school days. Then, when I started enjoying the nature, it inclined me towards floral life of India. Then, after flora, of course, I just wanted to try with fauna. Then, that is where I started by wildlife photography. Okay, and so when I was visiting the different parks across country, and when I started uh, just started the wildlife, some of the characteristics, some of the attitude, some of the behavioral aspects of these wild animals really fascinated me, and there is absolutely no parallel to all these things. So these are the some of the small things which animals started showing, which fascinated me to switch from nature to wildlife in specific.
Wow. Sir, for how many years have you been practicing photography?
See, I started somewhere in the year 1999, and from 2000, I'm little serious about my photography. So I started with a small camera, which I borrowed from my father, and which I lost it somewhere. Then I have to buy my own camera, and I have to do photography in somewhere in 2000. From 2000, I'm into serious photography.
Okay. Which is your favorite picture you took and why is it your favorite?
It's pretty difficult to add one or two pictures saying that this is my favorite picture. Definitely, this picture of Machili is my favorite picture because we did go to Ranthambore only to photograph this beauty. We did some safaris where sight this Machili, and we were on the last day safari, and we were almost at the close of the safari time, and we were returning back after seeing a couple of tigers, and everybody was heavy hearted when we were returning back because we could not see Machli, and we all felt that it was our last chance of seeing Machli because she was pretty old by that time. So it was all of a sudden driver stopped the vehicle and said, "Sir, there is a tiger." And we looked out. This Machli was coming out of a bush, and she came to almost to the motorable track. She just sat, say, 5 to 6 feet away from us. She gave us some ample time to photograph her, and the lighting was amazing on that particular day. And all those things made this particular image of Machli as one of my favorite. Second image is this rhinoceros image from Kaziranga. This was again shot in the evening safari, and this image is my favorite because technically also this image is more or less of a perfect range when we are talking about the technical aspect. Plus this setting sun and the rhinoceros, actually for me it both the sun setting symbolizes me that the shrinking number of rhinoceros in India or Kaziranga, whatever it is. So that particular way, this Kaziranga's image of rhinoceros is very close to me. And the third image is of a fish eagle. This is another image which is close to my heart. And see, in this particular image, there has to be some, what do we say, mm, uh, what do we call that? I was very aware that this particular fish eagle is going to fly with the fish. Okay, there was a small exercise I did before this particular shot because this fish eagle was catching the fish in the water. It brought the fish outside the river. It sat on the river bank. Then it flew away with the fish. So before that, I had to make some corrections in my camera. I have to make some adjustments in camera, and this is the final result. This is one of my favorite shot. So the other favorite shot is of this particular image where this tigress is called Madhuri, and she has done a kill on the previous evening. She has killed a cattle in a nearby village. On the next day, we were waiting at the carcass, and for the very first time, she brought all her 4 cubs out of the den. So this is very special and very emotional time for me to see mother guiding all the 4 tiny cubs to coming out of the den, taking them to the carcass. She was showing how to eat the meat, and she was showering her love to all 4 of them. It was something fantastic and very emotional moment for me with respect to the sighting the tigers. And there are some of the tigers which I've shot, there were 2 tigers called Surya and Meera. Both were siblings, and I happened to shoot both of them since they're very engaged. And every 2 months or once in 3 months, I shot both the tigers when they were together with their mother. And unfortunately, one of those is passed away due to territorial fight, and the another male has left the territory from uh, where he was sharing with his mother and moved to a different forest. So these are some of the images of tigers which really fascinated me all these days.
Wow, that's nice. On International Tigers Day, can you tell us why are tigers important for the ecosystem?
Yes, Darshan, definitely. See, tiger is an apex predator. So that means tigers are on the top of the food chain. Okay. The absence of tiger will always imbalance the ecosystem. I'll tell you how. Tigers are mainly depending on the herbivores. Okay. The absence of tiger will increase the herbivores. The herbivores will overgaze the grasslands, which result in soil erosion. This soil erosion always result in loss of arable land and the fertile land. This loss of fertile land or arable land will result in deforestation. Deforestation results in increase in the pollution, could be water, could be air, and deforestation will also impacts on the rainfall. So these all are interlinked. Okay, so hence the absence of tiger will imbalance the entire ecosystem. And moreover, tigers are not a product or a commodity for trade. Agree? So it's very important for all of us to safeguard the tigers, which also help us to balance in our ecosystem.
Okay. So can you tell us about Project Tiger?
Okay. The Project Tiger is a tiger conservational program which was launched by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in the year 1973. This project was ensuring about uh, increasing the population of Bengal tigers and protecting the Bengal tigers in its natural habitat. Okay, and it was also being tigers is being more of an extinct in the verge of extinction. It is very vital for each and everyone to protect the tiger. As I told you, tigers are also very important to balance our ecosystem. This Project Tiger was administered by NTCA. NTCA is National Tiger Conservation Authority. When this Project Tiger was launched, they chose 8 different parts in India as the conservational unit. Okay, this conservational unit where the uh, primary work started ensuring the increase in the population of these tigers. This NTCA also take care the in decision of core areas, buffer areas in already established tiger reserves, and they also work uh, towards elimination of human population within these forest areas. Okay, just because of the NTCA or because of the Project Tiger, the number of tigers in India have increased from 1,400 odd to almost 3,000 as per the latest study. So this is the major work Project Tiger has resulted in.
That's great. Can you tell us about the most famous tigers of India?
Oh, of course. So whenever we talk about most famous, the first name to flash is Machili from Ranthambore. So you also know why Machli is very famous. And apart from that, she fought with a crocodile. She's world's most photographed tiger. Okay, and she played a very key role in increase of tiger population in Ranthambore. And it is reported that Machli was approximately earning around 10 million US dollars every year from the people who used to visit her from the different countries. So she is a very famous tiger across the globe, in fact, and she is one of the most beautiful tigers I have ever seen. That is of Machli. When we are talking about Machli, her daughter Sundari is another beautiful tiger in India, and she was almost competitor to Machli in number of photographs it has been shot. But unfortunate that she's gone missing. Until date, there is no clue of Sundari. And apart from that, Machli and Sundari, there is a tiger called Collarwali in Pench. Okay, she called as Queen of Pench, and she had a unique record which has been recorded in Guinness Book of World Record also as the most number of cubs in the world. She has given 8 litters with 29 cubs. So that's been the highest by a tiger in world. So Collarwali of Pench is already a legend. So apart from that, we also have a tiger called Munna, who is in Kanha Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh. And the most fascinating part about Munna is there is a mark on his forehead which resembles CAT. So there is a written cat on his face. So that is one very famous tiger of India, that is Munna. And there are, legendary tigers of Kanha is Charger. It's a very famous tiger of last couple of decades. And if you come to Central Indian tigers, some Maya and Choti, Thara, Madhuri, these are all some of the beautiful tigers of Tadoba. And Parwali in Corbett is a very famous tigress in Corbett. So she is with 3 of her cubs now. And There is another tiger called Waghdoh in Tadoba. It was arguably one of the biggest tigers available or a living tiger in the world as now, but it's subject to discussions. And there are some wonderful tigers like Matkasur or Khali who are very huge and handsome to watch these tigers. And if you come to South India, there are tiger called Prince, there was Sita, all these are very famous tigers.
Okay. So, what are the places in India where we can spot the maximum number of tigers?
See, the spots are, see, by area wise, Madhya Pradesh has the highest number of tigers in India as per the latest census. The Madhya Pradesh as a state has 526 tigers, which is closely followed by Karnataka with 524 tigers. If you look at the density of population, I think Karnataka has the best density of population of tigers in India. But if you want to see the tiger or spot a tiger, it's always advisable to visit any of the national parks. If you want to see tiger, Ranthambore, Tadoba, Corbett, Kanha, Bandhavgarh, Kaziranga, Pench, Umred, Kabini, Bandipur, all these places you can sight the tiger. So this is the best place is to visit any of the national park to see the tiger.
Okay, that's great. There is so much that I learned today from you. Thank you, sir. The information you shared was inspiring for all of us. It was exciting to have this interview with you and wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Darshan. Thank you so much. All the best. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
On this International Tiger Day, I request one and all to join your hands to save this beautiful creature. Save tigers, don't be cruel to this beautiful creation. And also request you not to forget to subscribe to Bright Channels. Thanks and cheer and clap. Bye.